Okay. For our first card, Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, Taurus Risings, we have the Devil card. So the Devil card is about dealing with our obsessions and our fears, our addictions. This could even be a toxic karmic relationship that you could be dealing with as well. But overall, this is about fears and obsessions and bondage. And a lot of times, most people don't realize that we are really not stuck. Because some people feel that they are just absolutely stuck in this energy. But you're really not trapped because you can really break away. You could break those shackles, so to speak, with no problem at all. We don't have to stay in this energy. Now, the Devil card is ruled by Capricorn, so some of you could be dealing with a Capricorn, or some of you could be dealing with someone from the earth element, maybe another Taurus, maybe a Virgo, or maybe a Capricorn. But overall, the focus seems to be on fears, obsessions, addictions, and potentially a toxic karmic relationship. Okay, here we have our circumstances card, and we have the Page of Wands in the reversed position. So a lot of times when the Page of Wands is reversed, we end up getting a message that is rather disappointing and upsetting, or we're waiting on a message and it just simply doesn't arrive. And, overall, this can just be, disappointing news that could be coming your way. So this is kind of warning you to let you know that if you are waiting to hear back on something, those messages could be delayed, or you may not receive them at all, or you will receive the message and it's not going to be what you want it to be. So it would end up being disappointing news. Now, you could have also started something new. And this new project, whatever it is that you may have started, you may be feeling confused or even at a point of indecision in regards to it. Or there's a possibility that you start something and this can actually attract opposition. So, someone who's clearly against what you're doing, or just simply wanting to, cause problems. But, don't get caught up in indecision, because, there is still a strong desire to start something new here. Even though it's in the reverse position, you still have the same amount of enthusiasm and drive to begin, something that's new. But, opposition can come in, confusion and indecision, along with potential, disappointing news or not receiving news. So we'll look further into it, because I'm going to clarify some of the cards, but I'm not going to clarify every single card this month. So, okay, here we have the Focus card. We have Judgment in the reverse. So, the Judgment card is about not seeing or hearing the true nature of a situation. But this also is representative of perhaps you made a judgment about something, and maybe this judgment has turned out to be wrong, or maybe it could have bit you in your rear end, or maybe you regret it, or maybe you made a snap judgment, maybe without fully thinking it through, or maybe you made a judgment and you didn't have all of the facts in regards to the situation. Because with this particular energy, we're not able to see the full extent of why this situation is taking place. So we don't have all the facts. We're not seeing the real reason behind this issue when it's in the reverse position. And so when we make a judgment, it could end up being wrong. And this, you could be on the receiving end of this energy, or you could be on the giving end. So this can always go either way. Either you're the one doing this, or you're the one that's receiving this. Okay, this is the card of your recent past or what is passing. So some of you could still be in this particular energy, but you're moving out of it. Or some of you are already, out of this energy. And this is an energy you definitely want to get out of, okay? Here we have the Eight of Swords. So this is us feeling completely confined, like we are literally in a prison that our fears have built. And so this kind of paralyzes us to where we can't make a decision. And maybe you made your judgment, your decision, too quickly based out of fear. It's a possibility. We'll see once we start looking at the clarifying cards. But a lot of times with the Eight of Swords, we're having a very hard time making a decision because we have fear just, it's like definitely at the forefront of our brains, and it's causing us a lot of problems. Now, for a few of you, this can indicate that someone that you're close to may have went to jail or prison. Sometimes this can indicate literal jail or prisons. But for most of you, this is indicating, that you have made your mind into a prison, and that prison was built out of fear. So yeah, we definitely be happy to say goodbye to that energy. Okay, this is for the present energy, the here and the now. We have the Ten of Coins. So this is fabulous energy. So for some of you guys, you may have had a windfall of money. Some of you may have actually gotten an inheritance. Some of you could have gotten a family type of inheritance. And then there's also some of you that could have recently just landed a job at a very big company, like a large corporation. It would be a very stable business. So it would be a good job. So some of you could have gotten a job. Some of you could have gotten involved in an investment in something solid and stable. Or some of you could have just simply received some extra money that you weren't expecting. Maybe you were expecting it. For some of you, you weren't expecting it. But it's much appreciated nonetheless. And plus, a lot of you guys are definitely focused on, building your wealth. Now, for your near future, we have the Three of Coins in the reversed position. So, this can definitely indicate some issues within groups. Especially if you work within a group, say at your job, and it requires teamwork. That's not occurring here because everyone would be at odds with each other. It's like a lot of miscommunications, people just not seeing eye to eye, so therefore the team is not working as a unit. This can also indicate that you may need to get more education on a particular skill set that you have. You need to expand your skill set, so more education, more training would be necessary. Sometimes it's going to indicate that, that you might just be rushing through your work to get it done just because, and that can basically end up producing, shoddy workmanship, less than our best. And it's just because we simply want to just get it done and over with. Sometimes this can indicate that maybe we don't have the right tools or the right supplies to do a good job. Sometimes it can indicate that, you just don't have any passion for whatever this skill is that you have. Maybe you would rather do something else. But yeah, definitely looking forward to clarifying these. I want to see which way we're going there. Okay, this is your attitude card. We have the Tower. So it seems you guys are pretty focused on, okay, what's going to happen next? It's like you guys have been going through it. Perhaps maybe you guys have literally had, something very sudden and unexpected occur that was like a bolt of lightning. It could have rocked your world. It could have changed a lot of things. Or maybe you may just be feeling like I am ready to knock down some walls and make some serious changes myself. But this is a card that clears the slate, so typically something's going to fall here. And this might be by your own hands. You may be like, I am sick of being stuck here. I am sick of being stuck in this situation, and I've just had it, And then some may be on the receiving end of this, but I'm feeling that for most of you, you guys are just simply like, I am ready for something different. And the Tower is very good because it helps you to get yourself unstuck. Because a lot of people end up stuck in situations and then they don't see their way out. Or they're too scared to get, out. But the Tower here, this helps us. This helps us to remove ourselves from the situation. It more or less gives us the strength and the courage that we need to be like, you know what? I'm done. I don't care what the people think, say, or do about me. I'm done. So clearly people are pushing your buttons. Okay, this is how other people see you. And here we have the Knight of Coins. So the Knight of Coins is also a Capricorn. But we could also say, another Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Earth type of energy. But overall, this Knight, he can represent a sale, even a business deal, or perhaps an investment in something solid and stable. Maybe something like real estate. But it would be an investment in something that is very solid, very stable, very structured, because you don't want to take unnecessary risks. And this can also bring news of a pay increase or perhaps even a new job offer. And for some of you, if you have been trying to get approved for a loan, this would be a very good sign that you're going to get it. Oh yes, this is the card of the broker as well. The real estate broker. Yeah. And that's why I mentioned, perhaps there could be an investment into real estate. Okay. Now this is the card position of hopes or fears. So for most of you, I'm going to say that this is more like a hope because the Fool brings us an opportunity to take a risk, to take a leap of faith, and to start down a new direction, a new path. Look at that card. Is she not fierce or what? She's like, yes, I am packed up and I am moving on. So for most of you guys, I feel like, you want that new direction. You want that new change. But then I feel that there are a few of you that you don't really want that change. Maybe you feel comfortable where you're at, but maybe a change is still necessary, but you're just not seeing it. Now, for the final outcome, we get the Two of Cups. So, this is harmony within a romantic relationship or a partnership or a friendship. This can be literal love. Some of you could have, or will be, because this is the future card. So this is about 2 to 4 weeks out. And this is March 1st when I'm recording this. So, this energy could be 2 to 4 weeks out. Some people could already be going through this energy, but most, this has not occurred yet. So we have the Two of Cups. This is about, happiness and harmony within a union, within a relationship. Some of you will very soon be with someone in a relationship, in a romantic relationship. Now, some of you, see, not every Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising is interested in being in a relationship. So, for those of you who are not interested in being in a relationship, or perhaps maybe you're already in a relationship or a marriage, maybe you have a new friend coming your way. And you might have a very special bond with this friend. Or perhaps you may have a business partnership come your way. And you would have a very close affinity with this person that you would have a business partnership with. There would be a bond. There would be like a magnetic attraction as well. Yeah, I can't wait to look at the clarifiers on this. Okay, for the bottom of the deck, we have Ace of Cups. So this is definitely looking a lot like love. Now, again, not every Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising is interested in starting a relationship. But some of you are. You guys are ruled by Venus, the planet of love. So, here we have the Ace of Cups. So, this is us beginning to open our hearts and opening our hearts to the possibility and opening our hearts and coming from a place of love. We're just ready to open up and give love, and we want to receive the equal love back. You love hard and you want to be loved hard back. So this can also indicate that if you have psychic or intuitions, that they could be gaining more strength and momentum over time. They could be growing. So you could be having some psychic intuitions here lately. This can also indicate that someone near you could potentially be pregnant or give birth here soon, and you may hear about it. But overall, the Ace of Cups is normally suggesting that we're starting a new relationship. This could be a romantic relationship. This could be a friendship. This could be a business partnership. Okay. Now, what I went ahead and did is I pulled a clarifying card, and then I pulled 2 more cards for guidance type of cards. So, yeah, here we have the Devil, and it's clarified by the 5 of Pentacles. So, the 5 of Pentacles, you may feel like you were literally put out in the cold. Maybe due to a karmic toxic relationship. Or some of you, maybe if some of you are dealing with some addictions, you may be falling on really hard times. Could be experiencing financial bankruptcy. Some of you could be experiencing a spiritual bankruptcy. But more times than not, I look at this as being put out in the cold. So some of you may feel like you were put out in the cold. Like some of you may feel like you've been iced out by someone. Or you may be icing someone out. Or you could have put someone out in the cold. But this can definitely indicate trying times and also financial difficulties.